Today we're going to be dividing decimals, and I just want to review a few terminology words. When we divide, we have what's inside the radicand, the dividend, so that's inside. The divisor is what's outside, and the quotient is the answer to any division problem. With our first example that we're going to do today, we have a decimal in the divisor. You can never, ever, ever, ever have a decimal in the divisor. So we need to make it a whole number. That's what step 1 says. To make it a whole number, we're basically going to multiply by 10 or move the decimal place one space. The second step would be to move that same amount of spaces in the dividend. So since we moved the divisor one space, we're going to move the decimal in the dividend one space. Next thing you're going to want to do is to rewrite the problem. So this whole number now is 4, and our dividend is actually 15 and 2/10. Now we're going to do what we did in the other video. Bring up the decimal point in the quotient, exactly right where it is, and now just divide like normal. 4 goes into 15 3 times. Subtract, we get 3, bring down your 2. 4 goes into 32 8 times. 8 times 4 is 32. And we have no remainder. So the one thing that you must remember is when you see a decimal in the divisor, make it a whole number. To be fair, what you do on the divisor, you have to do the same thing in the dividend. Let's try one more example. In this example, we have 7 and 46 hundredths divided by 8 hundredths. Don't freak out when you see it written like this. It means the same thing. This line here means divide. Nothing's changed. But let's rewrite it because it does look a little confusing and it's hard to work with. So 7 and 46 hundredths is your dividend divided by 8 hundredths, which is the divisor. Now remember, you can never, ever, ever, ever have a decimal in the divisor, so we need to make this a whole number. To make it a whole number, we're going to move the decimal 2 spaces, or that's the same as multiplying by 100. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this so I don't forget. So this whole number is 8 in my divisor. Since I moved my decimal in my divisor twice, I need to do the same thing in the dividend, move it twice. And so my new dividend is 746. Let's see, we're going to divide like normal. There is no decimal, but if you wanted to put the decimal, you could just bring up the decimal that's invisible behind the 6, but it's really not necessary. 8 goes into 7. Nope, it can't. 8 goes into 74 9 times. 9 times 8 is 72. Subtract, we get 2. Bring down your 6. 8 goes into 26 3 times. 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract, we get 2. Now, since we're in middle school and we're not babies anymore, you can't have a remainder. What you have to do is add a decimal and add some zeros. So let's go ahead and bring down this first 0 that we added. 8 can go into 22 times. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract, we're left with 4. We still have a remainder, so keep going. Bring down this other 0 that we have, and 8 goes into 5. 8 goes into 40 5 times. 8 times 5 is 40, so we are left with nothing now. So the quotient to this example is 93 and 25 hundredths. Thanks for watching.